In France, the Autorité de la Concurrence makes sure that the markets work well and remain competitive. It prevents abuse for consumers and businesses alike. France laid the first foundations of competition law in the early 1950s. The end of price regulation marks a major milestone 30 years later. The transition to a market economy is accompanied by the establishment of a regulator. Charged with enforcing the rules, it takes the name of Conseil de la Concurrence, and then becomes the Autorité de la Concurrence. Competition is a permanent stimulus. In the end, everyone wins. It gives consumers a choice, the possibility to compare and to have more attractive prices. It boosts the competitiveness of companies, which must be ever more inventive and offer new services. But for all of this to work well, there must be a regulator who maintains the balance of power to give new entrants a chance and prevent cartels and monopolies. In just under 10 years, the overall benefit of our action has amounted to 14 billion euros for the French economy.
We operate in all sectors of the economy and at all levels, overseeing the behavior of participants as well as the structure of the market. The legislator has entrusted the authority with 4 main tasks: combat cartels and abuses, control of takeover and merger operations, formulate opinions and issue recommendations, regulate certain legal professions. The detection and sanctioning of anti-competitive behavior is at the core of our work. This is our historical mission. Cartels, sharing of markets or consumers, market foreclosure and exclusion of competitors significantly impact the economy. For this reason, the authority may impose interim measures and fines of up to 10% of a company's worldwide turnover. Over 10 years, we issued 5 billion euros in fines, which went directly into state coffers, helping finance public expenditure such as schools, hospitals, and the justice system.
Why control takeovers and mergers? Controlling takeovers and mergers prevents the creation of excessively strong positions and preserves competition. When 2 companies merge, it is essential to assess the impact of the transaction. Will enough companies remain to compete with them? What are the consequences for their economic partners? Will prices increase for consumers? Will they continue to benefit from the same level of quality and variety of products? Illustrating this, the Autorité reviewed close to 2,000 mergers and acquisitions over 10 years. That's an average of 200 transactions per year, such as the takeover of Monoprix by Casino, of Darty by Fnac, or SFR by Numericable.
The Autorité provides its expertise to public authorities by formulating opinions. This mission allows us to take a step back, to have a global and forward-looking vision, and to be a driving force behind proposals. The Autorité assesses the impact of draft bills and reforms, for example regarding railway regulation and driving licenses. Make proposals to push back boundaries and improve the functioning of markets. We are interested in subjects that are important to French citizens, such as coach transport, the cost of car spare parts, and hearing aids.
The law provides that the Autorité participates in the reform of the regulated legal professions, especially by providing opinions to the government. Every 2 years, the Autorité proposes a map for the establishment of newly qualified professionals and makes recommendations on regulated legal fees based on an economic analysis of relevant costs. 7 professions are concerned: notaries, court bailiffs, court registrars, court-appointed judicial administrators, court-appointed judicial liquidators, judicial auctioneers, as well as lawyers at the French Administrative Supreme Court and the French Supreme Court.
To carry out our various missions, we work in close cooperation with other public services in France and with our European and international counterparts. The Directorate General for Competition Policy, Consumer Affairs and Fraud Control is our partner. Its national network provides the Autorité with evidence and investigative reports. In order to monitor economic sectors as closely as possible, we maintain strong ties with sector regulators, including ARCEP, CSA, ARAFER, and CNIL. The Autorité applies national as well as European competition law. We operate in close cooperation with the European Commission and the 27 other authorities in the European Competition Network, ECN. To understand the challenges and prepare for tomorrow, the Autorité engages in a dialogue with companies and puts great effort into emerging issues. We establish a substantive dialogue with companies through working groups and public consultations, and we work to prevent infringements to competition. In order to prevent infringement, we help them to integrate the rules through guidelines, thematic studies, and educational guides. The Autorité also conducts ongoing discussions to anticipate economic developments and new challenges, such as algorithms, big data, and blockchain. Competition for the benefit of all.